Hello everybody, this is Debo with Debo's Movie Reviews here, and today I'll be reviewing Expendables 2, starring Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham, Dolph Lundgren, Jet Li, Terry Crews, Chuck Norris, Arnold Schwarzenegger, featuring and you as Maggie, Bruce Willis as Church, and along with Liam Hemsworth as Billy the Kid, and Chris Carpenter as Lacey. I gotta say, definitely one of the sequels that's better than their first one, and especially since one is basically like a standalone action, feels like a standalone action movie, but is a spoof of the classic action movies of the '80s and some of the '90s and the 2000s. Kind of like just from when they beginning of the movie when they raid, rescue that raid that fortress that had that charge at the beginning, and then they had that one scene where they use the motorcycle as a missile, and then they wound up rescuing Trench, played by Schwarzenegger, which of course had an old funny scene with old Hail Caesar going, "I want this gun back, or your ass is terminated." I mean, that's probably one of the best premises is jabs at other at past movies. Kind of like one time, kind of like later on when they did like the signaling of the kid to do some sniper shots with the whole with Sly doing the crank shot move or the finger and shit. Kind of like from that scene. Makes you wonder how much there ain't no jokes about all the jokes about Chuck Norris, but none about Jason Statham. Although, yeah, with Chuck Norris jokes, I got one. When Chuck Norris is so tough, he repelled an invading army with a musket and one ball. And back to the movie, I was like, just great casting. Though I'm just like, for the even though it was a throwaway character because Bill the Kid dies, yet I'm just like Liam Hemsworth. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say, yeah, you kind of can't get out of your brother's shadow, boy. And but hey, John Claude Van Damme, that's probably one of his best roles as the as Belane, which kind of seals into how my theory on how Expendables 2 was almost a spoof of action movies because from all the puns and such. Because a villain named villain, or just us, but was called Belane, yeah. Though I can say was a waste of potential for Scott Adkins to join the franchise because he was just like the no the kind of like a silent partner who didn't really have much lines, but had some good ass fight scenes and some quotable ones too, like lines like "I pronounce you a man and knife," along with "I got shoes bigger than this car." Because yeah, like I say, that's airport shootout scene. Oh, probably the only time a smart car has ever been cool was them was you got Terminator John McClane riding around and kind of like a butting of heads between between the franchise of between John Rambo and John Matrix. I kind of was a little disappointed by how Jet Li had a reduced role in the movie, where he was just like in the beginning and then dropped off that billionaire from the first movie and just, yeah, we don't see him till the next movie, to that next watered down abomination of the sequel. And but okay, even an old epic line was the whole "rest in pieces" line, where they all gang up on that on the sayings. And even one with the old jab about Lee Christmas's relationship with Lacey. I'm just like kind of a missed opportunity to put Conway Twitty's "Hello Darling" in the soundtrack, which soundtrack wise was a lot epic with Dion's "The Wanderer," wherein and of course with old Little Richards in one shootout. Right before Chuck Norris came around and saved the day, right before they call him the Lone Wolf. Yeah, they kind of missed the opportunity for him to make a, yeah, you're no longer missing of Stalago. You're no longer missing in action. But hey, we had that. But hey, at least we had Chuck tell his own Cobra joke. And then you was Maggie Chan. That was pretty much her a breakout role, and I mean, kind of did a good job. Although I kind of thought Maggie Q from Nikita or Grace Park from Hawaii Five O would have been, and Battlestar Galactica would have been better candidates, but because hell, those two have been a hell of a lot better than putting Megan Fox in the fourth one. That's supposed to come out this year. But I don't see no hype about it, and no trailers, no nothing. And for the love of God, make it R-rated again, because the third one was a damn kids movie compared to the other two, compared to one and two. And I gotta say, it's kind of like odd with the whole franchise is how they is the whole deal of letting Gunner, played by Dolph Lundgren, come back and back to the team after going evil in the first movie, and you'd think he's dead, but no, they just scrubbed it off like oh, it was just business. After basically being Section 8 in the first movie. Yeah, and surprisingly, how Mickey Rourke didn't come back for either of the sequels, let alone more in a role where he gets to whoop some ass instead of just apply tattoos. Kind of like with Epic Redemption for Bruce Willis's church character, for once where he actually joins the fight after being accused of being a chicken shit who has the other guys doing the dirty work after the whole mission goes awry they were originally tasked in the movie. And then of course got got epic use little fight scenes, even at one time where they had to transport trucks. Lee's character was with, and the whole use of Bryce Knuckles scene where they go, "Hey, you can't be a classic." Hell, kind of find them odd for when he was transporting, when you had had a late '60s, early '70s Ford in the middle of Eastern Europe. But hey, hell, that was back when Ford trucks actually looked good. Which, of course, being overseas, kind of instead of like a at a home front kind of deal, kind of like mix, which the first one had mix of, which kind of had a flaw of which one flaw where I stand correct myself. I might have said the only flaw earlier, but hey, like I kind of found that cameo of the first truck disturbing, and not alone not appearing in the third one with instead of that ugly abomination of a modern day Ford from the first from instead. But hey, back enough about Fords. Back to Expendables 2 with, I mean, definitely a great sequel that's about in the same caliber as Terminator 2 in terms of sequels with great cast. Talk about the ultimate team of action heroes. Shame Seagal didn't get to join in, but hey, that's his fault. Same with Kurt Russell. There's still time. There should still be time for Danny Trejo, but hey, I give this one. I'm definitely giving the Expendables 2 a 5 out of 5. Great lines, great action, and great soundtrack. I mean, I mean, yeah, can't really say. Yeah, which I. All right, y'all. That'll do it for this week. I'll keep dishing them out and reviewing, and all right, y'all. Peace.